Oh, here we go.
Tits.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another SugarTits video. So, your favourite horticulturalist, Bonnie Bullshit Ball Digger Blue, has trimmed the old beat up bush and has her eyes and thighs once again set down under for Schoolies 2025. But will she be making it? Will Australia let her in this time as they did not last year? I for one would be glad if that Mutt Cavern didn't grace our country, but she is adamant that she will be there. Highly unlikely though, says her ex-BFF Annie Knight, who claimed the controversial star is full of bullshit. Bonnie's once BFF bestie, who together filmed content previously at Schoolies, has called her out and said she's full of shit, she can't get in here. In a recent interview with A Current Affair, Bonnie was adamant that she had good lawyers and she would be doing Schoolies this year. She hopes to frustrate a lot of parents and cause, and I quote, the biggest uproar this year. But her old friend Annie said her visa is cancelled. She can't come to Australia. She doesn't have a lawyer who can change the Australian laws. I also know with 100% certainty that she's in Bali currently getting content to post in 3 weeks' time pretending to be at Schoolies, but she'll have left before Schoolies begins. More lies and deceit as usual. Ooh, such venom. So we're going to have a quick look at her recent interview with A Current Affair and see if we can sift through some of this bullshit.
Tits.
Time to spin. Let's begin.
She's the online creator banned from Australia, Bonnie Blue.
Online creator, content creator. Can we just call a spade here? She's a glorified prawn star.
And Bonnie's confident she's coming back for Schoolies.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention, Schoolies here is like spring break in the US, except it's specifically for school leavers, so students who have finished year 12.
For those who don't know Bonnie Blue,
Good for you, ignorance is bliss.
what are you best known for?
She's a rag.
Schoolies in Australia. Then I went on to sleep with 1,057 men in just 12 hours.
Ah yes, every young girl's hopes and dreams of what they will become when they grow up. What will they accomplish? Betting 1,050 men in a single session. That's 40 seconds a dick. Think about that.
Whether you are barely legal or barely breathing, I want to pleasure you and give you something that your wife is not.
Barely breathing. Barely fucking breathing. Who says that kind of shit? I don't care if you're on your deathbed. I don't care if you need to be wheeled in with an oxygen tank strapped to you. In an iron lung, pop open the lid and we'll have some fun. Stage 3 of severe cancer? I'll be your tiny cock dancer. Fuck your wife. What a skankatron.
You taunt women, I'm sleeping with your husbands and your sons.
I have no problem stepping over them to get to their son and husband.
She's just fucking nasty, isn't she? I have no problem stepping over women to get to their husbands and their sons. And you deserve every ounce of critique and nasty comments thrown your way. Forget banning this chick from Australia. Ban her from the world. Ship her off to some island like Honolulu where she can't do any fucking damage. And I mean no disrespect to the Hawaiians.
Hey boys, who's excited for Schoolies? Because my gosh, I am.
This is a strap down moment if you have a son. I'm sorry. If I had a son and I knew this predator was going to be there trying to sleep with him, there's no fucking way I'd send him anywhere near that place.
Bonnie tried to do the same down under last year, inviting Year 12 boys to film content with her on the Gold Coast.
Tried and failed, and this may be one of those rare occasions where I'm in favour of the government not letting people in, but fuck her. If we were one of the most locked down countries during the coof, then I'm sure we wouldn't want this chick coming in and spreading her hundreds of STI diseases around. I'd rather ship in 1 million Wuhan bats than have her set foot on our soil.
But the Australian government stopped the stunt, cancelling her visa on the grounds she was planning to work.
On the grounds she was planning to work, on the grounds that we have one of the most strict border control efforts, and prefer not to invite disease in. I mean, they won't even let you import some kinds of wood here. Fucked if I know why. Maybe it's to protect the indigenous wood or some shit. And I'm all for protecting Australian wood from this wood gobbler.
All I wanted to do was sleep with anyone above the age of 18, have fun, frustrate a lot of people in the process. But I don't think I'm the worst role model out there.
No, Bonnie, no. You are the worst of the worst role model out there. You are every parent's worst nightmare. And I'm not even talking about the wives, okay? If your husband's a dickhead and desperate enough to go bang this woman, then fuck him. You don't need that shit cunt in your life. And it's not just mothers worried about their sons getting involved with her. Let's talk about the example she sets for young girls. Now, I know a lot of fathers don't look down into their beautiful princess's eyes, hoping one day they would follow your example to break records of the most D's in one session. Good God.
A lot of parents watching this who are seriously concerned about the influence that you have on their kids and they want you stopped. Do you have any empathy for how they feel?
No.
No. Big fucking surprise. We're talking about someone who delights in taking 1,050 Ds in under, 12 hours? There has to be a massive part of you that is just dead on the inside. Void of empathy, void of feeling any emotion in general.
If you're really concerned about your kid, then look at your parenting.
That is such a bullshit argument. It's not me, it's your parenting style. You can be one of the best parents in the world and still not be able to control what your kids are doing. Because let's be honest, kids that age are dumb as bricks, emotionally and intellectually underdeveloped retards, and unable to grasp the repercussions of the dumbass decisions you make when you're in your 20s, or barely even 18. So don't give me that shit about, oh, it's the parenting style, because you'd probably gladly walk into a church community fair to solicit barely legals for your content. Morally bankrupt you are.
So you don't find it predatory at all?
No, like, they approach me.
No, they don't. What a bunch of bullshit. You're going to tell me 1,050 Ds approached you just on a whim, like they weren't responding to a post that you put out?
You say, like, I like them innocent and young and I want to, strip that, take that from them.
She does say that too. Isn't that disgusting? Imagine if it was a man who posted that. I want to target barely legal girls and strip them of their innocence. That's borderline serial killer shit right there.
Those videos are more just to frustrate the parents because of them whinging and complaining, suddenly got 1 million views.
Oh, this chick is so gross. I just want to say some truly nasty shit to trigger the parents so that I can get more views.
I don't think I've gone young enough. Yeah, I want the most barely legal 18-year-old.
That is just one of the most sickening things that could come out of your mouth. And I don't even want to think about the kinds of things that have come out of your mouth.
With these teenage boys, their frontal lobes aren't developed yet. So, I mean, can they fully comprehend the weight of their decision to be in your videos?
So why are they allowed to go to army and put themselves in a life-threatening situation?
Yes, the army defense. If they're old enough to volunteer their bodies for war, then they're old enough to deal with the viral war their bodies will go through from taking a dip in my infested caverns.
So I'm not responsible and I don't take any, I guess, blame.
Of course you fucking don't. You're a virginity, soul-stealing, siren dick harpy.
Saying you don't have responsibility doesn't erase the impact you have.
Exactly.
But there's no negative impact.
Are you nuts? You have literally just admitted that this has negative impacts. You encourage husbands to cheat on their wives. You wanted to do a petting zoo, for fuck's sake, where they could do whatever the hell they wanted to you. There are so many negative impacts of what you do. You're mental. Everything you promote and stand for is gutter trash. You are the shit on the bottom of the shoe of society.
1,000 was well and completely done.
They had about 40 seconds with you.
Oh, 40 seconds of pure bliss. 40 seconds of tainted clam. Why the fuck would you even do this?
A lot of the men came in wearing balaclavas, so you couldn't see their faces.
Yeah.
Because they were embarrassed. They felt shame. Deep down inside, they knew what they were doing was depraved shit. It just got overridden by demented dick horniness.
And they didn't need to do an STI check. Why wouldn't you set that as a minimum standard?
Oh, no. 1,050 men did not have to do an STI test for this. That is disgusting.
If it was cheaper in the UK and it was more accessible for a lot of people, I would.
It was too expensive. Can you believe this?
So they could have given you anything. HIV, herpes.
Crabs.
Yeah, it's obviously always a risk, but people forget that risk is also there when you sleep with one person.
No, not that much fucking risk. You're not likely to catch a buffet of STIs from one person.
You had no idea of the sexual history of those men and you were okay with that.
She's happy with that risk. That's just all in a day's work for this bitch. I don't even know what to say.
It's something I've chose and I've accepted that I'm going to take the risk. A lot of people hate me and they think, oh my God, you're vile.
Well, at least she has some sense of self-awareness.
But then they're so concerned about my health. You won't ever see an athlete that's pushing themselves, like these free divers.
An athlete! A professional athlete, a free diver. She is comparing herself to a professional athlete. Taking 1,050 Ds is not equivalent to a professional athlete. Nobody has ever won a gold medal at the Olympics for a battered up, beaten poontang.
That have died quite often because they've pushed their bodies so far, and they're people that are loved in the public eye. No one's petitioning to tell them to stop.
Yeah, well, no one's ever caught syphilis from jumping off a fucking cliff, have they?
I loved looking down when I did the world record and seeing how many men had wedding rings on. Like, I just loved knowing I was doing something that their wife should have done.
You are sick. And like I said, I'm not even placing all the blame on her. If your husband is dumb enough to go and stick his D in this STI bucket for God knows whatever reasons, he shouldn't be your husband in the first place.
But if I am sleeping with their husband and their son, it's because you've got an issue with communication. If you think I'm sleeping with your husband and son, go and speak to him. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. It's never her fault, is it? She takes absolutely no ownership, even though she delights in the fact that she looked down and saw how many fucking wedding rings when she was banging all those Ds. And she goes on TikTok all the time and rubs it in. She's gonna want to be careful because one day some crazy woman is going to confront her and it's not gonna be pretty.
That's not what you say to them. You say to them that, you're fat, you're lazy, you've got bad teeth, and that's why they're coming to me.
Exactly. She doesn't give a fuck at all. Serial killer vibes. Remember we said that? Emotionally stunted. She has no compassion whatsoever, and she could give two fucks about any marriages that she wrecks.
A lot of the time they are though. Like if you go in my comment section and you summarize, they're overweight, they've not got a job, they're sat, they've pushed a couple of kids out and they think, you know what, I don't want to give my husband anything else. I just want my bills paid for, I've got my kids. I have no problem stepping over them to get to their son and husband.
So if you're dissatisfied in your marriage, that's your own business. Maybe she deserves it, maybe she doesn't, maybe you're a dickhead. But just fucking leave her. Why would you put your health at risk by taking a dip in that dump?
If you don't want to do a crazy with your husband but he wants to do it, I'll do it, no problem.
Hey Karens, just a reminder, my videos aren't meant for you. I'm here to pleasure your son and husband.
Oh my god, lordy, you were gonna piss off the wrong bitch one day.
If you could earn £1 million in a month, your morals would soon change and you'd get your bits out. I don't care what people say. They all say they've got all these high morals, but no way, not for £1 million a month.
Oh, she had no fucking chance, did she? That is her mother, who, by the way, is on the payroll, and she is fully supportive of her darling daughter paying her off so she can overlook her God-given parental values when it comes to raising her child. Can you imagine saying that to your little 12-year-old girl? Now listen, darling, it is absolutely fine for you to take over 1,000 Ds in one sitting. As long as you can pay mummy a good amount of hush money, then mummy won't care if you're a glorified black hole.
Yes, it's going to be harder for me, but I don't know anyone that's gone, oh, dating was easy. But I also travel the world and I'm always all over the place. So it also opens me up to a lot of new people.
Seriously? It opens you up to a whole lot of people. She's talking about her difficulties in dating, by the way, after her longtime partner ditched her after the 1,050 men stunt. Obviously, he saw the light through all the jizzwads.
I'm very excited for schoolies. I think this is going to cause the biggest uproar this year.
I cannot believe the Australian government is allowing you back into the country.
A good lawyer gets you a very long way, maybe even down under.
I don't believe that for a second. Your lawyers aren't that good, love. And anyway, your ex-bestie outed you. You're filming all your content in Bali and pretending that you were at schoolies in the Gold Coast. Bullshit artist. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to look out for the next video where we explore the types of men who actually go to these Bonnie Blue meetups. And even better, we look at some crazy feminists who don't put the blame on Bonnie Blue because female autonomy and all that shit. No, they blame the patriarchal dicklord men. That should be a good laugh. Remember to check me out on Rumble, BitChute and X, and I'll catch you in the next video. Tits out, everyone.
Tits.